Welcome to Oatman, Arizona, on Oatman Highway, which is part of historic Route 66. It has so much history, with the wild girls roaming the streets, the gunfights, I filmed 2 this day, the money, and everything else to see in this town. Everybody wants to visit Oatman, Arizona. Hi, I'm Don with Cowboy Biker Adventures, your RV travel and adventure channel. This week's episode is going to be fun, so let's get started. Welcome to Oatman, Arizona. I'm going to first drive down the main street of town, which is Old Route 66 and Oatman Highway. This will give you an idea of the layout of Oatman, and then I will get parked and the fun begins. While you're thinking about it, would you subscribe to my channel if you have not already? And don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Remember, with my videos, I always have bonus video and pictures after the credits. And today is a long video, so much to cover. Today's bonus video includes scenes from next week's episode of Death Valley National Park, some history of Oatman, Arizona, parts of an additional second gunfight with different gunfighters, interaction with one of the gunfighters, and information about the charity that the money raised by gunfights contribute to. Now, I know your time is valuable. If you don't have time to watch the whole video, I totally understand. The credits start at 16:30 if you're not interested in the whole video. Now that I've shown you the whole stretch of Main Street, Old Route 66 through town from west to east, I reached the end of town on the east side basically. I will be parked next and show you some of the Burros. More to come later. The kids really enjoy petting and feeding the Burros. But don't kid yourself, the adults really get a kick out of it also. Now, they say these are wild Burros. They come and go as they wish, but they seem pretty tame to me. Of course, later on, you're going to see some activity from some of them that shows that they can be wild. And here it is, some of that wild activity from the Burros that I was mentioning earlier. I didn't show the whole thing because this is a family channel, and some of it I didn't think was appropriate for little kids.
He went back to King and stuck the claim on it with Henry Loving. They came out and they worked their claim for about 6 months. Got about 1,000 yards to the ground. They realized they didn't have the manpower or the money to get it up in the operation the way it needed to be done. So they turned around and sold the whole thing.
Next up is the first gunfight. Remember, the second gunfight, if you wish to see it, will be different actors with a different storyline, and I will show that as bonus after the credits.
Things they do all the time up here as well. But the way we do this is we're going to do a gunfight for you. We hope you enjoy it. Then we're going to humbly walk them up with our hats and our heat. All right. Now I've been here for 2 weeks now, waiting for a stagecoach to show up with some gold on it. And I finally found me one. Showed up yesterday. It's sitting right there. Yeah, well, I couldn't rock it though. Now I was stuck in the outhouse over there when he showed up.
Got stuck in the outhouse?
Well, more or less. Couldn't get out. Couldn't find no toilet paper.
That's not good.
Tell me about it. Anyway, By the time I got out, he was gone. I figured we're going to have to come here today and figure out where they put those two bags, that bag of gold.
Yeah.
Now, whatever gold they brought into town. Now, it might be in the bank, but I'm not sure about the bank because they shut that bank down for about 6 months this year.
Shut it down?
Yeah. Now, why would you shut down a bank because of a beer? They did. Some beer called Corona.
Oh.
Anyway, they shut her down, but it's open now. So there might be some gold in there. Or might be gold over there. I'm not too sure. All right, tell you what. Last time I went into a bank, I got shot at before he got through the door. I learned a valuable lesson. Check the post office for your poster before you go rob the bank.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I know our posters aren't up, but I'm still a little leery about going through a bank door. So I tell you what, we're going to have to draw a straw and see who goes in there and robs the bank. I ain't got no straws. I'll figure out how we're going to solve it.
How we gonna do that?
You know that game, rock, paper, scissors, that kid was playing the other day?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to play that. The one who loses gets to go rob the bank.
Okay, I can do
All
that.
right, you ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, go rob the bank.
He wins. Good day, good.
Hey, you got you in there and didn't get shot at. That's pretty good.
far.
All right, I'm going to go check the ass out while you're in there. Hey, old man, how you doing back here? Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm coming to get some flipping. I'm going to borrow these saddlebags. I think I got something to carry out of town. Oh, thank you for saddlebags. Hey, stay away from that shotgun. Don't be too loud. Reach for that shotgun.
Hey, I heard a shot.
Well, yeah, that old man back over there. I'll reach for these saddlebags thinking we can carry the gold in it.
Yeah.
He reached for a shotgun.
For a saddlebag?
Yeah. So I figured I wasn't going to get shot with a shotgun. So I shot him.
I'm waiting in the sun too long.
But he's got to be something special in here perhaps to be all he's worried about the saddlebags.
Yeah. Right here.
Oh, I see what it is. That old man has been hoarding the toilet paper over there.
Oh, another big shot.
He's got like 6 rolls in here.
Did take us off too.
Probably good. Come on, let's get out of town before somebody shows up. How y'all doing down there?
Good. Now wait a minute.
Did you hear something talking? Hey, look at there. Yeah, who are you?
Well, I'm the sheriff.
The sheriff.
Well, that's what the badge says.
I know what the badge says, but who's making you sheriff? You ain't even shaking yet.
Yeah. Well, that's a funny story. You see, I was on my way to town this morning, and a fella stopped me right up there. He said, "Hey, kid, want to be sheriff?"
Oh.
I said, "Sure."
That old man in the rocking chair up there?
Yeah, it's a fella.
Yeah. He only sent you down here to get you killed
Why would you do a thing like that?
because he knows you're messing around with his daughter and he ain't happy with it.
Not me.
That's what he said. So now, you just leave us alone so we don't have to hurt you.
I can't do that.
Oh, listen to that.
What do you mean you can't do that?
I'm taking you to jail.
Are you now?
Yeah.
Are you going to jail?
Uh-uh.
I'm not going to jail. So just how you figure you're going to get me there?
These your handcuffs. Calm down. Makes still work.
Oh, really?
Okay, now we know.
Good. Now you leave us alone before we have to hurt you for real. You just get out of here and leave us be.
All right.
Kid taking me to jail. Ain't no kid taking me to jail. I ain't going to jail no more.
Now wait a minute.
What do you want now?
Well, I just figured there's something you want to know before you go running out of town.
Well, there's a lot of things I'd like to know. What do you know I don't know you think I need to know?
Well, some of that fell right there.
Me?
What about him?
Well, he done stole something from you.
Hey,
If you shoot him, I gotta leave.
no, I got everything hold on me. What he do? What he steal?
Well, I think you need to think real hard about that.
Well, I ain't lost nothing about it. You. Hey, ain't even no gallant. You the one that stole my wife and my horse.
Hey, she stole the horse. I just went along for a ride.
And I tell you what, I forgive you for the wife, but I want my horse back.
Oh, can't do that.
Well, you can't do that.
Had to shoot the horse.
You shot my horse.
Yeah.
What you gonna do that for?
Well, we ran out of food, got hungry, shot the horse and ate it.
That was the fastest horse in the county.
Oh, you're not telling me nothing. He ran through me in a hurry.
That wasn't my horse. That's her cooking again.
Cooking.
Oh, yeah. You like to boy it 3 or 4 times. 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Yeah, I got her from back east as a mail order bride. She only let her for 6 months. Tell me how great a cook she was. I figured I'd use a good cook out there at the ranch, so I sent off for her. But I tell you what, she got to my doorstep. I think she was talking about her mother, but she couldn't even boil water.
Well, evidently she couldn't cook horse meat either.
Evidently not. But now you don't give me that bag of gold for killing my horse. That's only fair.
I think it's fair for me to keep it because she like to kill me. Cook it.
Guess what else is getting ready to kill you?
Oh, that way.
Killing my horse.
All right. Hey, man.
What?
A whole bunch of people around here, they can help us.
Help!
Yeah, it's fair.
All right, they're gonna help us.
Now, what y'all can help?
How you doing?
Both of you.
Yeah.
Oh, say we're ready.
Stand out there.
Oh, real loud.
Shoot!
Hey, you don't get that much help.
Said they were gonna help us. The offer.
All right,
All right,
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Whoa,
What?
fast.
Yeah.
Something didn't go right.
You using Walmart bullets?
Yeah, they still ain't.
Oh.
All right. In any case, let's try this again.
Hey, that hurt.
Well, you got me in hell.
Ricochet.
Must have split. I don't know.
Hey,
Probably
what's
wasn't.
wrong with your foot?
Yeah, that ain't working. Ain't gonna. I don't see.
Now we're even.
Serves you right.
I got a better way of doing this.
Yeah, what's that?
You know how to catch a 3?
Flash 3?
Yeah, 3.
3? Alright, this expert here says that's 3. I should that.
Alright.
Alright,
You catch 3, I'll tell you I'm gonna shoot you.
right there. Here we go. Go! Go!
Wait a minute.
What?
What is it those dogs? I never heard that before.
Oh, I forgot I'm going down to Mexico. That's what he told me.
I don't think I ought to stay down there to conservation for more. Just need more beer, please.
Oh,
You speak English, so I can understand what
alright.
you're saying.
One Mississippi! Good Mississippi!
That ain't gonna work.
Shaking the head again.
Well, yeah, we're not in Mississippi, we're in Arizona.
Tell you what, okay, Tanker's, you do the count.
All right, I count with third grade 7 times.
Hey, remember, don't shoot on one.
No, I ain't gonna shoot on 1.
Or on 2.
I'm gonna shoot on 2 either.
Alright, the only time you shoot is when you hear 3.
What was that?
It's 3!
He said 3. All right. Must be getting hot down there.
Now wait a minute.
You back again?
Well, I still have to take you to jail.
You're not taking me to jail. Look what I did to him. I'm gonna do the same thing to you.
You done shot him,
I know, and I'm getting ready to shoot you too.
and you done shot my handcuffs.
Yeah.
I guess I can take you to jail.
Good. I'm going home. Leave me alone.
Wait a minute.
What? I ain't going to jail. I'm home.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I got toilet paper and gold. Why would I go to jail?
Well, if it's gonna be like that, I guess I'll have my deputy take you up there.
You're a deputy.
Well, yeah.
Ain't no deputy out here.
Well, you can't see him because he's right behind you.
Yeah. Sure he is.
You done fell for that one. I don't want to go to Mexico.
I did show the whole thing. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was long. Next up is more Burros. After the credits, be sure to stick around for bonus video, including next week's episode of Death Valley National Park, another gunfight, or at least parts of it, a interaction with one of the gunfighters, some history information of Oatman, also show me the money, and I hope you stick around for all of that. So don't go away, we're not done yet. Thank you for sticking around to after the credits for bonus video. First up is scenes from Death Valley National Park. This will be next Wednesday's video, episode 75, with all the different faces of Death Valley. Now some history of Oatman.
1978, I-40 ran completely over the top of the bypass that went around the end of the mountains. When that happened, if you wanted to stay on 66, you now had to come back through the mountains in order to stay on 66. We now sit on the longest stretch that still exists, which is 163 miles from Ashworth, Arizona to Topop, Arizona, right to the middle of Oatman. So as people started traveling through Oatman again, they saw the dollar bills on behind the bar and behind the bartenders, and they thought it was a cool idea to stick their own name in there. And it took all Lightfoot's own. It's been going on ever since. Now we know that mathematically in the surface area, we know you can get $258 end to end on a 4x8 sheet of plywood. So if you take the surface area of this building and bar from ground level to 8 foot, we know there has to be, at the very least, about $120,000 in the wall area. We estimate that somewhere between $170,000 to $180,000 with everything over 8 feet and everything hanging down and laid over. That one over there is probably 10 places where there's 10 bills a day. But it all started just so old life. We'd have each other or kind of stay home after we got off work without actually having to have money around. Now in 1939, Clark Gable and Carol Lombard snuck out of Hollywood to get married. They had done this on purpose, and that was because they were already living together. They had been living together for about 2.5 years. And the Hollywood people, the American public, was starting to figure this out. Living together in the 1930s without being married was kind of frowned upon, so the Hollywood elites did not want their box office tabs dropping simply because they were living together. So they sent them off to a small town of Kingman, about 500 people, about 28 miles from here, to get them married in secret, hoping they could do it there and nobody would be the wiser. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way they wanted to, because no sooner did they get into the church over there, a lot of people would believe that it was the pastor's wife, but nobody knows for sure. But the word got out that Clark Gable and Carol Lombard were getting married in Kingman. So the next thing you know, the whole town filled up with paparazzis and people trying to get a glimpse of Clark Gable and Carol Lombard. So Clark Gable brought her here to Oatman. Now he did this for two reasons. Number one, he had to drive back through Oatman anyway. He knew that he had driven to Kingman, so they had to drive back. And unless they wanted to go 300 miles out of the way, they were going to have to come back through Oatman. So they came back to Oatman. But the reason they spent their honeymoon night here was because Clark Gable was a regular of Oatman. He'd been coming here for many, many years. He started coming here as early as 1926. It's the first record I've ever found of him actually being in town. He would start coming here. He would come here 2 and 3 times a year. Spend anywhere from a week to 3 weeks here at a time. There was one newspaper article in the old newspapers I found said he'd been here for 3 months one time. So he used to come here all the time. This was a hideaway hole from him from the rest of the world. He could come into this town, and at the time the town population was about 10,000 people. So he could come here and hide out. Nobody was any wiser. Everybody saw him around all the time. So he could have got married here and nobody would have been the wiser. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. They got married in Kingman because this is not a town. It is a gold mining camp. It was never incorporated in the state of Arizona. It has no city government, no city boundaries, no real government agency at all. It never has. So in order to get the marriage license, they had to go to Cayman. So they went to Cayman to get the marriage license, and they figured they'd just get married there. Unfortunately, they got out, and the next thing you know, everybody knew that they'd gotten married in Cayman. So they came here, spent their honeymoon night here in what at the time was called the Durlin Hotel, because they knew the owner very well, and so they spent their honeymoon night here. Now, very early the next morning, they headed back for Hollywood because they were both under contracts to fulfill back there in Hollywood. Now, they would come back to the Hotel Durlin about 6 or 7 times after they were married until she died in a plane crash in 1942 just outside of Las Vegas. She was on a plane with 139 airmen, and she was one of only 4 civilians that were on the plane, and she was on a plane with 139 airmen headed to the coast because World War II had just started, and they were on it, and because of circumstances, they ended up flying right into the side of Mount Potosi, and it killed all 139 of them. But they did come here to spend their honeymoon night here in the Oatman Hotel. Now, another person we know came through this town at least once, and probably many times, was Wyatt Earp. Wyatt Earp lived in Needles for about 2 or 3 years, or 3 or 4 years. He lived down in Topak for a couple of years. He was very big into mining and prospecting. He had a lot of mines of his own down there around Topak. And so he came here a lot. He came here at least once, that we know for a fact, because I have documentation showing that he was here at least once, investing in some of the mining and some of the other things that was going on in this area. So more than likely, since Needles is just 25 miles away, and at the time, Needles again was a town of 300, an area of 300 people scattered out through the mountains, and Oatman was a town of 10,000. He probably came here many times just to have some fun and see what was going on, gamble, and do the other things that they did back in that day. But we do know he came here at least once. Now, the town of Oatman actually started out in 1901 as the town of Blue Ridge. It would not become Oatman until 1909 when the book called Captivity of the Oatman Girls got circulated through the town. Now, this book was written by Olive Oatman and her brother and a co-author. It got circulated to the town. Miners read it, thought she's a pretty woman, gone through a little ordeal, so they all took a vote to go to change the name of the town from Blue Ridge to Oatman, and it's been Oatman, Arizona ever since. Now, those of us know the history of the town think this town ought to be called Ventnor, because the massacre of the Oatmans happened 159 miles from here, or 150 miles from here, down near the Bend. They were a family of 9 that were attacked by the Yamaha Indians in 1851. Out of a family of 9, everyone was killed except for a young son named Lorenzo. He was 15 at the time. You had Olive Oatman, who was 14, and her sister, who was 12 at the time, were taken captive by the Yamaha Indians. They would spend a year with the Yamaha, and they were traded to the Mojave Indians because the Mojave Indians wanted to take care of them so that when the white man showed back up in the area, they could show that they were taking care of their people and just leaving them alone. But in any case, they stayed with the Mojave Indians for about 4 years. 3 years into that, Marianne died of starvation. But it wasn't because the Indians were trying to be cruel or start rallies, it's because the Indians were dying off. There were extreme droughts going on in this part of the country between Colorado and Arizona. Between 1846 and 1859, there were extreme droughts going on in this area, so severe that most of the time the Colorado River running through Arizona was so low you could step from one side to the other and never get wet. So they were having a hard time going through, even the Indians were dying off. Now, all Oatman RVing, the Indians were mainly and they were never seen or heard from again. Now, the reason we say the town ought to be Ventnor is because, as I say, the Oatman massacre happened 150 miles south of here. The Ventnor massacre happened 2 miles north of here. So we figured it ought to be Ventnor, but it's been open ever since 1909, and still is today. Yeah, well, we want to welcome you to Oatman, Arizona. I hope you guys are having a great day and enjoying yourselves. I'm going to stand up and take a break because I got to go out the street.
Live on Friday. It's a blank day today. It is only blank day. I thought it was live on Friday, but they took my gun away.
Yeah, there you go.
Why? I thought it was live on Friday. We're always looking for new people anyway.
Yeah, there you go. That's one way to get new people.
This is Yosemite. He is a character. In just a moment, I will have more interaction with him personally, then some information about the charity that this helps, which leads us into the gunfight, which will take us to the end of the video.
All right, good.
Right here.
Step behind the blood spots, actually.
I don't see any.
I tied string to the bullets, and well, that's how that lady got shot last time.
There you go.
So you want to step
I'll
behind the
go
blood
sometime.
spots. Okay. Perfect. Watch your ears, it gets loud, but right around there, you're gonna be just fine. It's underneath the eaves that's real echoey. Yes.
All right, so are you the good guy or bad guy?
I'm not very nice if that's a threat.
And your name?
Yosemite.
Yosemite from YouTube. Okay. All right.
Please, don't walk out in front of us. Don't cross the street. You have any children? We're doing accident at the time. Make sure you have a home run. The Burros will be in. They'll try to be right in the middle of the floor. So when they come in, please don't feed them. You know it's all day long. They don't get feed them. They're breakfast. They'll get you away from you. And they will knock you over. So be really careful.
Oh, he said hold hands, not kiss.
No, he said hold hands.
See, there's a big difference.
First time in town,
Hold
perfect. This will work.
We asked that question.
I don't know what he just answered.
I don't know what he is.
Let's talk.
We want to thank you for coming up to Oakland. Hope you have a great Easter, have a lot of fun. Go and tell your friends. Now this is an audience participation show. We want to get you involved. We want you to laugh, cheer, phone. Okay, we can ask you a question.
Get ready!
Everybody for a gunfire!
Yeah! Kill somebody! That's what I'm talking about, murder.
Yeah! I'm not Lil Willie!
Boo! You'll catch on.
Oh, Reed, you look next to you. Behind you.
He's saying he's seen this before.
That's what the total donation just by doing shows out here in the street. $108,000 just by doing shows out here. Woo! Thank you, folks.
It's really funny.
That's a lot of falling down. That's about $1 at a time. And naturally, we don't get paid to do this. We do this, we love doing it. It's a great cause. It's a lot of fun. We love entertaining you. But how we raise the money is after the show. We walk away with a half. We ask you to please be generous.
The slow ones I'm going to ask twice after the show.
If you're still alive after the
If you
fight.
don't want to, remember, we can't do this without you. Then you can't go anywhere to see a show for only $1. And the motto is we fall so the children can walk. Our motto is we don't fall so we can walk.
Yeah.
Over here you're suddenly told something pretty cool. Look at DVD we put out. This has the gunfights, the sit-downs, the burros, a Ford 66, Bighorn Jeep, shotgun wedding, stage robbery. Everything you want to see to take home and show your friends and family at Oakland, it's only a $10 donation. It's only $10 and all goes to the kids. You get a DVD. And they're so good. They played over at the movies over in Boston on the big screen. So pick one up, take it home and show your friends. It makes a great gift. But please be generous. Drop $1 or $2. And also, like I said, please don't feed them while we're doing the show. And watch out for the children. And it's going to get awful loud out here. So watch your ears. Watch your kids' ears. We thank you. This outside the street over here. Don't get confused. We're on this side over here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go down the way.
Okay. So now I'll take it back in time. When it was a gold mining town. And anytime you find gold, you find a Wells Fargo bank. That's what I do. Anytime you find a bank, you find outlaws. And that's us right here.
It's us, Willie!
Where you see them?
Now, there's a lot of old people here, but nobody that ugly.
Well, you better show up. We come a long way. You
So it's even a right town?
Here he is. Right here. Okay, here we are. What do you want?
It's that town I'm telling you about.
We came all the way to this?
Yep, there's a Wells Fargo bank right here.
So what?
I put 20,000 in gold in there last night. We're going to take it out.
Now wait a minute. We didn't sign on for no bank job. We don't do state coaches and trains. We never did a bank.
Shouldn't be a problem if it's standing still. You don't have to chase it.
You can't be that hard, right?
Good idea there, Willie.
Okay, what's the plan? We'll send him in. We'll watch the crowd out here. He's going in? Yeah, he's going in. That's a good plan. What are we doing, Willie? You're going in. That's a good plan. Never robbed a bank before. But you can do it. Yep, it's always the first time. I'll tell you what, let me check. He can do it, right? Yeah! Good, you can do it.
All right! Yeah. I'm a bank robber and I like girls. Told you. I'm a bank robber and I like girls.
What do you get here? Let's get good help.
Frank, give me all the money! Let's get Frank in this box!
And who's coming to do it?
Put right in here!
Yosemite!
You good? Yosemite! Not even open!
You gotta go inside.
Last time I was inside the bank, I got shot at.
Go inside.
Not even inside the cell phone. Goddamn, I'm a bank robber now.
Hey, Yosemite! Don't give your name this time.
They're open, Willie!
Good, good, good job.
Great idea, Willie! Believe that? He's sitting on the table, $20,000.
Wait, why'd you give him my name?
Told me not to give him mine.
Now look, hold it! Okay, we should get the door.
Sitting right on the table.
You should have thought of this before. Best idea you ever. Tell you what, we'll get the horses to get out of town.
Stand right there. Stay right by the end of this car.
Say,
Over there.
how
so
many
you
of you
can see.
girls, just the girls, know the way to Mexico?
Hold it!
Gunfights.
The horses will get it.
I already know that, Willie. I'm on my
Gunfights.
way up there,
I'm gonna
kid.
stay put.
New friends, he stopped and said, hey, look. You got
Just so
some
you
money.
guys could see.
No, he did. Then he says, hey. Look there. I looked at all them girls. We're taking all these girls to Mexico. $20,000. You know the way, right?
I didn't come all this way to get double crossed by YouTube. Now you get up here.
You knew he was going to say that.
Give me the gold.
I'll share, Willie.
You gonna share?
Sure, I was going to kill that guy anyway.
All right.
Meet up with you later. I'll get the gold.
No, you get over there. I'll get over there. You already double crossed me.
What do you think?
You
Gotta
will
be
win
able to
this.
see.
No, look at all the girls.
Come on over here. Squeeze this way here.
Willie! What are you doing? No, you
Wait.
said you were going to share.
I got share. You said you
Where's
share.
yours?
You told me to look at the girls. I've got the girls. Now we're going to Mexico.
I want to touch the donkey. So this happens every day? So?
Now look. I've got the girls. You know what, listen.
They're faking.
Hey, hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Before somebody gets hurt. Look what you did to my knee!
Yeah, they're
What would you
faking.
think of this? I don't want to look.
Can't even see it.
I'll count to 3, and on 3, I'll shoot you. That's fair.
Where'd the donkeys go?
That was stuck.
Wait!
Little
Go ahead, Sid. I'll count to 3 to 9.
I want to thank you for watching, and until next time, have a good one.